All right. What is going on, guys? It's Adam, aka Marf, and this is Marfoogle News. If you've never been here before, this is a live show. I have a couple notifiers to let you know about, especially on nights like tonight. We have a lot of user videos. We have a lot of viewer videos that we are going to be playing for you today, so it takes some extra setup. But I do want to let everybody know also that this is... not to be confused with any other kind of show. Again, nothing in the show should be considered legal, medical, or financial advice. The views of the callers can differ considerably and do not necessarily reflect my opinion, Dex's opinion, or anyone else with the show. You should always do your own research and consult with professionals. The internet is full of fake news. Please take everything with a grain of salt. We are also up against a lot of other walls as well right now because obviously until January 20th, I think that there's going to be a lot of different kinds of purges of all sorts of information, and that's just my opinion, but you can just ask me or my 25 friends who, can't be seen anywhere. Again, this is just to let you know as well, please make sure to check out our sponsors. We are building a platform now for everybody to communicate. It is definitely taken a lot more than we thought it would. So if you want to help us in any way, make sure to check out NordVPN. It's a virtual private network with all of the hackers and everybody that's sitting at home on the computer. There's a lot of people that are hacking. So again, this is a good way to protect yourself and to access other countries' news outlets through, get through the filters. So again, that's marfooglenews.com/VPN. You can follow along. All of the news stories that we have here today are going to be on our website, marfooglenews.com. You can go there and actually click on the thumbnail. So when you see history will repeat, look to the skies, you'll see that we have every single article that we're going to go over here today, plus more, plus the callers, plus their information will be updated live. So this is actually this is something that will be updated by the end of the show. There's tweets, there's videos. We have at least 7 viewer submitted videos today, so definitely stick around for that. It's going to be a great show. On top of that, the number to call is 2244000-MARF. And again, press option 4 when you get that. Amber B. Subaru WRX just kicked off the show with the super chat. Thank you. Love the show, Marf and Dex. Thank you from Mount Shasta. Thank you. And Grant G., I appreciate you as well. Welcome to the channel. Actually, one of my best friends was named Grant G. So awesome guy. Anyways, let's see here. So let's get straight into it. Dex, you're going to be here today, my co-host, but of course you're going to be pretty busy dealing with the callers, and if they have videos, if they have pictures, of course you're going to be taking any kind of sightings, any kind of video relating to the skies, correct?
Hello, Adam, and yes, that's correct. We're looking for calls. If you've had an experience with UFO or something in the sky or a sighting or something like that, give us a call and let me help you get your information loaded up, and we can show it to the rest of the world.
So normally we are now doing an unidentified Fridays. We did not do that. Thanksgiving was kind of a 3-day thing for both of us. As you guys probably know, you might do one side of the family on Thanksgiving, the next on the next day. Of course, none of you are supposed to be seeing family. So I didn't. Yeah, I had a funeral for my turkey, which people attended. Anyways, getting on with it. First off, asteroid to swing by Earth tomorrow as NASA gears up for near approach. Next, in just a little bit, I'm going to talk about asteroids. I'm going to talk about the lunar cataclysm that happened, that a lot of people have hypothesized is what has taken out a bunch of planets, or at least it's marked them up. As far as if you don't know what the lunar cataclysm is, I'm going to tell you about that. And is that something like that going to happen again? Now, you might think that's crazy now, but just wait. I'm telling you, I think that there is something that they know about, and obviously they're not going to tell us for good reason. Also, some stuff on the moon that they discovered in kind of an older story, I think may play a part now as far as finding this special metal in the moon. I'll tell you what I heard from a source in just a little bit here. But it says a space rock known as 2020 WC4 will be, quote, near Earth, according to NASA, as it swings by our planet on Saturday, November 28th. The asteroid will whiz by our planet at a distance of 429,000 miles, 846. It says, for reference, the moon is an average of 239,000 miles from our planet. in what is known as a lunar distance, or LD. So that's why if you see an asteroid and they say it's 1.5 LD, it's 1.5 times as far from the moon. It says, as such, 2020 WC4 will be just 1.8 LDs from Earth on Saturday before it continues its voyage around the sun. According to observations, the asteroid is traveling at an impressive speed of 5.2 kilometers per second. That's equivalent of about 90,000 kilometers per hour. And that is actually much faster in... I believe that's faster. Dex, is that faster or slower in miles? I'm trying to think of my speedometer here because we go by miles, not kilometers. Trying to think. That's about, isn't that 22,000 or something like that? Roughly, you guys can do the math. In fact, the chat, we have an amazing chat here. We'll have the chat do the math on that. I'm sure one person will do that right away. Thank you, EOD Vet, for being here tonight. Just kicked off it over on DLive. Says, just started Greenland when notifications went out. Coincidence? No, if you haven't seen that movie yet, definitely, if you don't know how, definitely ask around. There's plenty of Foogle family members that have already seen it, and will tell you what country they traveled to go watch it. And then Zippy Moons, thank you so much. I appreciate that. N95 Hero. The creepy part about Greenland is in the movie they use what is called the presidential alert. It is something that we tested on October 3rd of 2018, and it was a big deal in a lot of people's eyes. One, because people said it was the president's alert, and the current president, when he was there, of course, everybody said, oh, it's his alert. Everybody acted like, oh, I don't want it if it's from him. It's just called the presidential alert. It's a doomsday alert. And people all made a big deal. They're like, I don't want something on my phone from that guy. And they're like making it like it's like he made the thing up or something. Like he's just like, I want an alert to go out to all phones. That's not what it is. It's a doomsday alert, and now it's more advanced. That is what they would actually use if there was an asteroid heading towards Earth, and say we had 20 minutes to live. They would send out an alert via that system. It's really creepy if you think about that. We actually have these systems in play. They have plans for it, but of course nobody thinks about it because they think it's all science fiction and Tom Cruise movies. It's not. It's a real life possibility. Even of course, there's folks that do not believe in space. That is a thing, of course, nowadays. Or they could believe that we are a matrix or a simulation. And honestly, there's Harvard professors that say they might be right. But as far as something being told to us, I don't think they would tell us. Do you think that if we had a limited amount of days left on this earth, or even years, do you think that they would tell us? Do you think that we can handle most things here on earth, or just as regular civilians, can we handle the news on something big like that? Imagine how we react to news of, say, some wrongdoing that's done in a single location with two people involved. And how it could get people in the streets in all countries. Then imagine if they said, hey, the entire world's going to end. Yeah, I don't think we would handle that too well. In fact, there would be mass panic, and they believe that people would actually perish from the panic of that, not only from heart attacks and things like that, but from people actually panicking, looting, rioting, all sorts of things. That's something that they predict in the event that this happens. In fact, there's documents that back that up. The government has gone through all these scenarios. They've done drills. They've done practices. They recently, just last year, did a drill in New York with FEMA, basically practicing for a impact in New York. And it was a horrible failure. And they basically screwed up. Everybody in New York would have been goners. They would have just been absolutely dust. They did not do well during that. So that showed a lot of the people in Congress and Senate that we're not prepared for an asteroid strike. Now, we don't talk about it much, but there's a lot of stuff going on that you don't know about, including what they're doing on the far side of the moon. That's not, there's some crazy stuff going on. So we'll talk about that here in a minute. Gone Girl 777, thank you, and thank you so much, and it is an honor to have you here tonight. Says Foogle fam, and love emojis. Mercer 1, Zippy Moons, butthead voice. You said whiz. That's cool. Cool. Beavis and Butthead, man. You know, my conservative uncle, seriously, never would have guessed. One day I heard it in his room when I was like 12 or 13, back when it was still on, and he was watching Beavis and Butthead and just cracking up laughing. And it totally not the guy that you would think would watch it. But there was a lot of like humor that any man could relate to, especially during your adolescence. We'll just say that. Did the UK residents see a real UFO at Leeds airport? See for yourself. It says in September, a UFO came close to colliding with a commercial jet while it prepared to land at Leeds Bradford Airport in the UK. Arriving from Spain, the Boeing 737 plane was packed with people and about to land. Then, an unidentified flying object came moments away from hitting head on. It says the incident has since been under investigation. It says in a recently released report, the situation was labeled as, quote, a Category A classification by AirProx. AirProx, or Air Proximity, is the Civil Aviation Authority. They monitor, quote, near misses, events just like this one. And a Category A is the highest risk level. So whatever this thing was, it was heading right at them, and they barely missed. Pretty freaky if you ask me. It says, the AirProx report says that the, quote, object appeared without warning and there was no time to act. Upon investigating the incident further, AirProx determined that the UFO was less than 3 meters, so less than 9 feet or 10 feet, and it says away from the aircraft. And then they said that the object could have been a drone. However, it's not known for sure. They reported that the 2 pilots of the plane saw a bright light coming toward them. Well, if they would have hit that thing, that's not the only bright light they would have seen. So, pretty crazy story there. Let's see here. Now, Dexter, do we have the video available to actually watch on this one? I don't know if I was able to connect it. Let's see here. He's going to be busy answering those calls, so let me see. In the meantime, we have actually a ton of user submitted videos. So I'm going to go back to this one. In fact, we will check in. And again, all of the original links will be on our website, marfooglenews.com. So if you want to see any of these crazy videos, you can actually go straight there. All right, so let's close that while we still can, before it takes over and takes over my computer. Now, this week we have had a lot of people talking about this mysterious object that was found. Now, this is a few days ago. Basically, what happened is they were surveying with a helicopter, and I believe they were counting sheep. No joke. They weren't trying to sleep. They were actually counting sheep for a good reason, I believe. Or maybe it was goats. Let me see. It says a mysterious metal obelisk found buried in the remote western United States desert has inflamed the imaginations of UFO spotters, conspiracy theorists, and Stanley Kubrick fans around the world. The shiny triangular pillar, which protrudes approximately 12 feet from the red rocks of southern Utah, was spotted last Wednesday by baffled local officials counting bighorn sheep from the air. They were literally counting sheep. Hopefully none of them fell asleep at the helm there. It says, landing to investigate, Utah Department of Public Safety crew members found, quote, a metal monolith installed in the ground, but no obvious indication of who or what might have put the monolith there. It says, quote, it is illegal to install structures or art without authorization on federally managed public land, no matter what planet you're from, warned the agency in a tongue-in-cheek press release Monday. So they're basically saying if it was an alien or a person, either way, it was illegal and it was not supposed to be done. So there would be actual consequences for installing this thing. As you can see, it's about 12 feet high, or somewhere around 12 to 13 feet. And it is this metal triangle. It's almost stabbed into the ground. I mean, how weird is this? I'm sure you guys have had some water cooler talk about this thing. What the hell is that? And is it kind of a Georgia Guidestones type thing? Is it going to stay there? Are they going to remove it because it was illegally placed? That's a question I want to ask, like, is this thing going to stay there? And is it somewhere where people can just get? Obviously, you see somebody there, which I don't know why. It looks like he has a dinosaur suit on or something. Why does he not have, like, a face? Am I just, like, looking at this weird or what? Does it look like a fly head? I don't know. That's just a really weird outfit. Looks like he's got a dinosaur tummy or something. Anyways, Zippy Moons, thank you again. Silo, Sitlo, thank you for following N95 Hero. The government screwing up. Imagine that. Yeah, imagine that. Good point, N95 Hero, and thank you. Boogaloo 2020, thank you. We are on the edge of something big that will shake. There's a lot coming, guys, and that's why we ask everybody to start preparing, start having food and water for any kind of event, whether that be Cascadia subduction zone or a tornado or even a hurricane. No, it doesn't matter where you are. We feel like there's a storm coming, and it might not be natural. As far as this object, of course, I would love to hear your opinions. I'm going to go over to the chat. I want to thank Lola Cafe. Thank you for the generous super chat of $10. I appreciate your support. I don't know if that was a super sticker, but otherwise you can write something when you do that. And then, of course, Foogle Fam royalty, Susan Donahue says, Adam, Dex, Mod, Squad, and Foogle Fam. With many thanks and much love to infinity and beyond. Buckle up. Hashtag Team Humanity. Thank you, Susan. You are a staple of the Foogle Fam, and thank you so much for your support. Thank you for supporting Independent. Joseph Newhouse, can we see your emotes? Not until the 3rd or 4th date, buddy. But I don't even know what that means. All right, let's see here. Now we have the UFO sighting of alien spaceship aboard ISS turned out to be Russian urine? That's right. That's what their story is, at least. It says Major Peake became the first British astronaut to join the ISS when he spent 6 months aboard the orbiting laboratory in 2015. It says during that time on board, Major Peake said he once saw, quote, 3 lights moving in formation before they were joined by a 4th. It says we were perplexed until we realized that what we thought were the faraway lights of alien spaceships were actually very close, small droplets. Major Peake told the Graham Norton Show, it says, what was happening was liquid leaking out of the Russian probe vehicle, crystallizing instantly and reflecting the light. It says what we were seeing was Russian urine. Yeah, Russian urine. And when they found out it wasn't aliens, they were really pissed off. Sorry, the dad joke, and I almost made myself cry, that's like a really bad joke. Major Peake hopes to return to space in the next few years. Despite the initial trepidation he felt on his first mission, it says, there was always a thought at the back of my mind. So pissed off. There was always a thought at the back of my mind that I am rolling the dice, but overriding feeling of adrenaline-fueled excitement. Says, I'd love to go back. Absolutely. In fact, we are all slated for a second mission between now and 2024. I'm waiting by the phone. Why always 2024? There's so many different things that are slated before then. You don't see too many, unless they're talking about like going to Mars in 2030, Mars in 2030 or something like that. They don't really talk about any of the other ones. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys can tell me if there's a very specific saying, hey, we're going to go in 2026 on April 20th, we're going to launch here. But you don't see it. I always see it between here and 2024. And when you're talking about some of the space missions that are, based on technology that's not even done yet, that's what I wonder. I'm like, why don't they have any missions 2026 or 2028? What do you guys think? All right, I'm going to start loading up some videos here, but I do want to say thank you to everybody on YouTube here. First Fruits is Rapture Time is about to be 2021. That was their screen name. It says Earthquake Soon. I do. I agree with you on that, actually. We might be on Mars by then, says Girl. Mama of 6, what is going on? Lewis Price, Brant Hooper. Let's see, Kilroy was here. Lisa R. Hall, Brian Warper. Tammy AZ Bear says, no, monolith is gone. Okay, so they already took it out. Isn't that crazy? What are they going to do with it? What was it actually made of? And then Gran Maravan says, fluorescent lime green. Probably talking about the Russian UFO. Unidentified flying. I wanted a dad joke for that, but I didn't have it. Speaking of dads, please pray for Big Daddy 1269. He was just diagnosed with liver cancer. Oh, man, liver is the worst. My friend had esophageal, and once it was in his liver, they knew. Once they know it's in your liver, it's everywhere. So pray for Big Daddy 1269 there. It's almost like it was a signal, says Capper85. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff. Stainless steel, says Angela Olson, about the man-made, most likely, object there, the triangle. It says, hey, Marf, how's little Jack Marf? Amy B, he's great. He's having lots of little baby issues, I guess, but no, totally healthy and totally fine. Praying for him. Thank you so much, Tony Du Bois. Red in the Valley, thank you for the prayers for Big Daddy. And then Running with Scissors, hello. Tracy Giver, Jeff Ward, Donna Honey, Gunny, Occam's Razors here tonight. Kim O'Donnell, Heaven Light. We've got Whitney Sundahl. I don't recognize that as much as I do the others. Thank you for being here. Larry Mallard, recognize that one as well. We've got Angie Rose, Debbie Curry. Charles, hey, nice to see you here as well. We've got Linda Moses and JP Puzzle and Jennifer Martinez. And Sandwich. What's going on, guys? And thank you for being here every single night. Thank you for always returning. It's amazing. I don't know how many thousands we have here watching, but it's always at least a couple, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Every one of you is a living, breathing person, so thank you so much for being here, and thank you for spending your time that you could have been spending somewhere else with me. Let's see here. So before I go into this, I'm going to go into a couple things. We're going to be playing some videos, so let's get back into that, and then I'm going to get into the moon mystery as far as the lunar cataclysm. We'll get into that as well. Thank you, and thank you, Grace, for you too. Praying for protection and peace for all. Thank you. Hags6996, just another distraction, says Hags. Again, there's lots of those, no shortage. Hoping we can all meet someday. Love to all, says Baker Babe. There will be a platform for that. Penny Hutchins, thank you so much. And Gone Girl 777, thank you, and thank you. I was trying to do this, but it was... There we go. Okay. I gotta do some Jimmy Rickering here. Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. All right, so this first video, let's see here. This first video was sent in, I believe, by RE55. It is the first part of the video. It caught 3 objects on the 16th of November after sunset. The second part, on the 23rd, something fast came out of the east to the southwest before sunrise. My wife says a rock. It looked like it could be metallic. Links to photos in the description of this. So we'll check out the photo here in just a second. But there's a video as well, and I copied that, so I'll put that on right now. Speaking of which, if you want to put your videos here, we have a new section of our website called marfooglenews.com/playmyvideo. Once you get there, you'll see it's extremely simple, and you can actually put your link there, and we will see it, almost guaranteed, and it will be played most likely on Fridays, but depending on what it is. If you see crazy convoys or some crazy thing go down in the streets, or a crazy fight, or whatever it may be, please send us the video. It has to be your video, though. Don't send us other people's videos. Again, the whole purpose is for somebody directly to get us their video. We used to miss a lot of those. Now we actually saw, once we logged into the Play My Video, we had them all right there with permission to play it. We could share it right away. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So, okay, let's see here. Is anybody out there, is what the title is. It's Ari55. He surpassed 5,000 subscribers, which is amazing. We've watched him from the start. He always has amazing videos. He has an amazing camera. It zooms in like 1,000 times optically. So let's see here. Let me unmute this. Now, I just want to make sure we're not playing copyrighted music here. But so this was the object. And again, I'll just read what the description was on this. Let's see here. It says, first part of vid caught 3 objects on the 16th of November after sunset. Second part on the 23rd, something fast came out of the east to southwest before sunrise. It says, my wife says a rock. It looked like it could be metallic. Link to those photos in here. So let me try to see if I can pull up the photo in conjunction to this. Wait a second here. Okay, I don't know why it just went white on us. The guiltiest color. Hold on. And you know what was crazy? That one day we were watching videos, all of YouTube went down. That was weird. And we were live when it started happening. It was crazy. And we just switched over to D Live, and all of YouTube went down. So this is the pictures that he tore. This is 4 different pictures, and he, of course, obviously it looks like maybe he did contrast or really weird stuff here. See if we can full screen that. This is apparently in the sky. And if it's RE55, I believe him. In fact, if he was on the phone, I'm sure he would have an explanation for all of these. If you have ever heard one of his calls, he has great calls. And if most people, when we send people, certain ways. Okay, wow, look at that. So one thing to think about is the military and everybody else that is doing these experimental projects, they're trying to make their stuff more organic than anything else. Absolutely amazing photos and pictures here. This does not look like a plane or even a jet. It looks more like a rocket, but look at the shape of it. He gets some of the most amazing photos and videos. He's constantly looking at the skies. Look at this. Look at that. That does not make any sense. What in the hell? So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to attach all of these so you guys can go on your computer or on your big screen and look at all of these and examine them for yourself. There's a lot of weird stuff here. I mean, it's just incredible. I'm going to, while I let you guys watch on this, I'm going to load up the next video. It looks like we got permission for this. It is from Elisa Unknown 7 on Parler. So let's see here. And it is a UFO sighting. It says, noticed a crazy bright red light while chilling outside, saying goodbye to a friend. Something told me to turn my head and look up. When I saw it, it was as it cleared the tree line, and my gut sank. It says, I do paranormal and spiritual warfare work, and was not easily startled. What you don't hear is the what the F is that? As I'm pulling my iPhone out. It says, I've seen something like this once before, only the size of a grapefruit and yellow-orange right in front of me during a paranormal investigation. So let's see here. Let's copy this. And see what comes of it. This is Pacem Spiritus Parabellum. So, see this.
Is this satellite?
No, it's way too low. But it's a red glowing light.
I'm going to start this over real quick.
Is this satellite?
No, it's way too low. But it's a red glowing light.
But is that going down?
No, and it's not currently blinking like an airplane. And it's not making any noise.
What do you think it is?
A really quiet helicopter? Because it's really low. What the heck?
Even drones blink, by the way.
That's so strange. I just wish I could focus better in the dark, but look at when I zoom in, it's just a
Yeah.
ball of light.
It's weird.
It's a ball of light. That is so odd. And I don't hear it. Do you hear it?
No.
What the heck? Is this like my first, like, honest to goodness, like, UFO sighting or something? Or what?
No.
Well, it's certainly unidentified. And it's flying. But it's red. It's orange. Planes don't do that, Jenny.
I don't know what it is, but it's not good.
I'm not saying it's alien. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying a UFO. Look at it. There it goes. Oh, it's hard to see. I know.
That was, have you seen this? Especially folks out there, I'm going to go to the chat. Have you guys seen similar things like this? I have. Personally, I see, well, this kind of thing all the time where obviously, some people go, oh, it's a plane, but planes have blinking lights and they have to. They're legally supposed to have certain lights or, so other planes can see them and they can be identified and they're usually all the same as far as the same amount of lights. And I think it may be different. And if there's any pilots out there, tell me, is it smaller planes have to have one red, one green, this and that, or does it have to be by what class airplane it is? But I do know you're supposed to have lights. You're supposed to have flashing lights. It's just like having turn signals for a car. You have to have, marker lights. As far as a satellite would be way, way up in space, and they basically look like stars going over. But what if you get this in between? Well, most drones even have blinking lights. As far as any professional drone would, they all have it. Some that are made in China have the ability to turn those off and on, but then you can't see your drone at all. I don't even know why you would want to do that, but was it a government drone? That's one option. They have the ability to go above the FAA and just, say we need to not have lights on. What was that light? You can investigate this video for yourself. The link is going to be on our website. Again, that's marfooglenews.com, and you can go directly to that video. And then we have, and I'll read you the description for this one. It says, this is a UFO sighting. In this video, I was driving when I saw a strange UFO in the air. It looked like it was hovering for a minute, but then started moving again. It was just like the UFO that the military released footage of. This was a 7-minute and 17-minute long video. 7 hour and 17-minute long? I don't know. Let me pull this up. And the channel is Slaves to Society, almost 7,000 subscribers.
This way, it hovers this way.
Here we go, guys. Baltimore City. UFO. Something's hovering up there, dude. It's been hovering for last, as we know, 3 minutes. We just seen it, dude. And it's got wings on both sides.
I don't know what
The wind flows hard one way, you see it flap the other way. Like it don't flap. It
We
just
come in
guides the
peace.
spot. That's crazy. That's not a drone.
I know of the fallen ones.
Oh, weird. Oh my gosh, look at the similarity.
The wind flows hard one way, you see it flap the other way. Like it don't.
That is so weird that it's the same. It looks like the same shape and everything.
That's not a drone.
I know of the fallen ones.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. No, going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Oh, big dude.
All right, so let's skip ahead here. Look at that. That is really weird.
Not a balloon. Balloons float higher. It's been sitting this height first. As we know,
It's going this way now. It's going straight, bro. That way. You know what I mean? Look how far it is now. See it way out there?
Yeah.
It was up here. Now it's way out there.
Let's follow it.
It's up there now.
Let's follow it. Let's follow it. I think it's God.
What the heck it is, bro? It's something.
I think the little kid said, I think it's God, or I think that's what she said.
Like that. It's got to be something else. I'll tell you that. Bro, I know.
Wow, you can tell it's moving. So you guys might not be able to see it as well because you're watching you're obviously watching it on our capability here. I believe is 1080. we can go higher, but it just with the do multiple platforms, and 1080 and even 720 I think on DLive is like the limit. I think 1080 actually. But again, that when you're trying to get these little details from something like this, it might be good for you guys to check this out afterwards. After the show, you'll be able to go to this one central place and access all of this, and you can go through all of them. It's going to be fun for some of you, I'm sure. Thank you, by the way. Tons of awesome people over in DLive going back and forth. Gone Girl and several others are just going nuts over there. Thank you so much for your support. A Gypsy Candy 53, howdy, stay safe and be ready. Great point. Gone Girl 77, we've got Mama of 6. Let's see here. What was that? Moody's Mama 1122. Nice to see you as well tonight. Moody's Mama, thank you for the diamonds. And everybody here tonight that is supporting the show. I really do have to say over and over, thank you guys. Gone Girl, thank you so much for that as well. And Baker Babe, again, thank you. Grace for you too. Thank you for the prayers for protection. Can't say enough thank yous for that. Edgy Whalen, it's nice to see you here tonight. And then we, of course, have Joseph Newhouse. Victor Munoz, thank you for subscribing. As welcome as you can be here. Jan Cummings, love watching you guys. Keep on keeping on, Marf. Well, thank you, Jan. I appreciate that. Keith and Queen Brat says, hi, Queen Brat here. God bless and sending all my love to my trucker. Keep prepping, y'all. So, Keith, if you're out on the road, Mrs. Keith says hello. Queen Brat. And then Lola Cafe, thank you again for that. I appreciate that. And Stephen Wilkes, thank you as well for your support. All right, let's go to the next one. I'm going to pull this up. It says, this is another sighting. It says, strange lights above the trees, then one coming up in the trees. This was Sunday, November 22nd, 2020. So 2020 in Utah, right after the sun went down. The lights just floated up. There was 3 of them, but one does not show up very well in the video. They just look like little stars. In person, much brighter and much oranger in color. All right, so let's copy that and open that up. Bam, bam. And then Dex, just to let you know, maybe we'll line up the first caller before we do the last couple of videos here and then the main story.
Got these weird lights. Not sure what they are. Hard to see on the camera. Got these weird lights. Not sure what they are. Hard to see on the camera.
You coming?
You need.
I don't see very good.
Hold on here. Let's watch that one more time. This time a little bit more zoomed in. You see
these
one
weird lights.
One here in the tree line, and then one
Not
up.
sure what they are. Hard to see on the camera.
You coming?
You need.
I don't see very good.
Well, that is definitely interesting. Hold on, before this continues. Let's see here. That was user Ryang Walker. Again, that was something that came up from the horizon, so it ended up popping up. Let's see if I can get this. Hold on one sec. Trying to get. Let's see if I can get my Stream Deck back up here. is weird. Why is that not doing it? Dex, if you want to let in our first caller, we've actually got 3 more videos, including Mira Larkey says a second video of odd object falling out of the sky in Southern California tonight. So this was tonight. And then we have, I attempted to capture this on my cell phone, but it didn't go so well. Miss Knowledge All. Looks like we have a live caller. It sounds like it, at least. Who are we speaking to? Dex, if they dropped out, just let me know.
Hey, Adam, they're here. They just remuted their line. They need to unmute. We have Kevin as our first caller.
Okay. And then we also have Sergio Aguirre video. Huge
Kevin, you are
explanation.
live.
What is going on?
Hey, Marv. So, basically, I'll make this quick. What I wanted to say was that video that you played with the person's name that had Parabellum in it, that's basically what I've been seeing. I've been seeing these kind of like reddish, orangish lights in the sky, and they'll behave just like in that video. They'll go slow, and then all of a sudden they'll just kind of pick up speed and disappear.
So, and how high are they as far as the stuff that you've been seeing?
As far as what I've been seeing, they haven't been super high because the way they behave, it's not like a satellite where you look up and it's like, okay, that thing's way up there. You know, it's not super high and it's not like super low. It's kind of just, you know, for somewhat in between.
So as far as, have you seen these things a lot? And is this something that just recently started happening?
So being up here and having the ability to see the skies as well as I do, I have seen some things over the years, but not like this. And this is definitely happening more frequently.
What do you think it is? Do you think that they're government, or do you think that they're UFOs? And have any of them moved like anything other than something that's just floating over?
I mean, as far as it being government, I think that would be pretty crazy, honestly, because from what I've seen on that video compared to what I've seen in person, it's like identical. So, I mean, it could be like a widespread government thing, but I'm not sure. And then as far as, what was that in general? Just like things that I've seen.
Well, I'll say one thing, that a lot of people have seen the same thing. And when that video was on there, a lot of people have seen this. What the heck are they? And, you know, why isn't anybody complaining to the FAA as far as, shouldn't that be something that is actually, you know, not just floating around? If there's something that's unidentified, there's no radar, because we all have access to radar now. We can all literally go and check, hey, that's not a plane. There's nothing on the record. So what the hell is that thing flying up in the sky? I don't know. It's nice to hear somebody else sees them as well. Well, is there anything else you would like to bring to our attention while you're on the phone, Evan?
Yeah. Just one quick thing. I just wanted to say thank you, Marv, and thank you, Fugel fam. You guys are all awesome, and I do believe that we are going to see at some point very soon full disclosure. In my opinion, I see that happening. So everybody just hang on.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your call, and you have a great night. If it's your first time, don't let it be your last.
All right, Marv, you have a good night. Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much. It was nice meeting that man. Have you guys had a similar experience? As far as, I'm going to go over to the general chat here. So, Lisa R. Hall, thank you for thanking. Says thank you, Evan. Great call. Has anyone else seen the same stuff? Do you guys think that there's legitimately something up in the sky that has not been there longer than the last couple of years? Something new, something that you didn't see when you were a kid or didn't even see 5 years ago. John Hurd, thank you. I appreciate that compliment. This is a great show as always. I hope that would be so crazy though. What is happening now? Says Idaho Quantum Potato. Idaho Quantum Potato. That's awesome. 100th Monkey says, I've seen them. So many yeses. Yes, there is, Adam. I've seen them. Joseph Alvarado. We've got Moody Mama 1122 says that she's seen them as well. Yes. Only the satellites that don't move. You know what's really crazy is if the Earth is moving and all the stars are moving, and then you see that one thing that's staying, watching. Wouldn't that require it to... Have you seen that? I don't know if you guys have ever seen that, but that would require it kind of having an anchor to where it is around the world and then following it. It's weird. Almost like a marker or something. Marf, your logo, you have that file. I'll make you a Christmas tree ornament. This logo? No. I don't know how you would do that, but I would be so pumped if you made this into a what do you call it, a Christmas tree ornament, or the main one, the one that's I can't really describe it, but it's a general one that's on our channel. That would be super, super awesome. We have a P.O. Box number on the YouTube channel that you can send stuff to. And thank you to everybody that has sent stuff. Again, there was some stuff that was unfortunately lost. But I will go over that. That was not due to the post office. That was due to me. So I apologize. But nothing in the last 3 months. Let's see here. Gone Girl 777, thank you so much. Zookeeper Kim's, thank you. And of course, I love Chihuahuas, says great show. And says, love you guys. Let's see here. Mama of 6, Out of the Woods. We've got Renegade PD in the house. And then, of course, Gone Girl, Gone Girl, Gone Girl, Gone Girl. 777, thank you so much. Making yourself known, thank you so much. Miss Jackson 906, I can draw you a logo to your liking. Miss Jackson, if you have art, send it to us. Of course, you can always DM me, but we did have an art-only email. And then Jammer1, thank you for gifting out subs. CJ, thanks for being here to grab it. Then Unicorn Forest, we've got Cherry L Form. Make sure to welcome new people. If there's new people in the chat you don't recognize, make sure to say hi, ask them where they're from. I'd love for you guys to realize that this is your spot to really connect with people. No matter who they believe in or what they vote in, whatever, we're going to accept everybody and try to get everybody on the same page and at least trying to find what we do have in common. And then I'm going to play this video by Miss Knowledge All. I'm going to put this video up. Let's see here. And the description of the video is, I attempted to capture this on my cell phone, but it didn't go so well. So we'll see. Don't know. Just a reminder, you guys can get a actual notification, a push notification from us. Sign up for Marfoogle email alerts as well. We are in the process of turning this whole system into something. We're building platforms just like Play My Video. There's more to come. It's going to be really exciting. Thank you all for the massive support. But make sure to sign up for the email alerts. That is our SHTF system. If something was to hit the fan, we would let you know most likely through that if we have enough warning. If it's happening in 10 minutes, there's no way we could do that. But this is the most reliable so far that we have found. And you can also get articles from different creators that you may not see anymore. So again, great place to have it on there. And then let's see here. Let's load this up. All right, so this was from Miss Knowledge All. That was really quick. 8 seconds. Okay, so again, like she said, tried to get it on, but was not too quick about it. So I can see it, and it changes bright yellow, blue, orange. If you've seen something like this, please make sure to get it on video. You can also use your Pro mode on your phone. A lot of the newer phones, or at least the nicer top tier ones, they have a Pro mode. Even some of the lower and middle ground phones have it now, where you can do Pro mode and then mess around with your ISO and with your shutter speed, and you can actually get some of this stuff on at night. And then of course you have night mode, but that normally doesn't work for videos as far as most of the iPhones and stuff like that. So make sure to try to catch it on video, and then of course go to marfooglenews.com/playmyvideo. Dex, if you want to let the next caller in, and then after that, I will pull up the Mira Larkey video, and we'll watch that. Let's see here.
And Adam, our next caller is Jeff G. And Jeff, you are live on Marfoogle News.
Sorry about that, guys. Dex was super loud. That was my fault. Hey, guys, what's going on? So what do we have here tonight?
So I had a video I recorded just maybe, I think it was about 5 months ago. I tried to send it a couple of times, but I know it's a little difficult getting videos over to you guys. But I live over in Las Vegas. Just moved into this house about a year ago, and I kept seeing this, what looks like the Northern Star right above my house, but it looks 10 times bigger. I don't know what it was. I tried to zoom in on it with my Panasonic FZ80, and it pretty much looks like a small moon is the best way I can explain it. It does not look like any kind of star when you zoom into it. But anyways, one night I was sitting in my backyard and I caught this in the corner of my eye, and I just so happened to turn around in time and catch it with my iPhone.
So I'm going to pull up your video right now. I guess we'll all get a kind of a taste of what you're talking about here. So let me pull it up, and then you can kind of describe it as it comes. So the video that is on the screen, that is Mira Larkey's. We'll go back to that here in just a second. Okay, now it is playing.
There's another one.
So basically, things are flying off of it.
Fifth one.
As if it's like a mothership is the best way I can describe it. I have no clue what it is, but they fly off of it and just kept going, and then they explode, and then they take off.
Okay, I'm going to replay this. This is so you're saying they're basically breaking off of each other. Well,
They're breaking off what I was calling that big star, and then flying away.
Okay.
And they explode. What? It don't keep going back to back. It probably does it at least 6 times. It did it a lot more repetitively before I captured it and thought to record it. But I caught the last end of it. It goes about 5-6 times. You'll see it. It flies off of it and then explodes. It's flying off that star-looking planet thing that was above my house.
There's another one.
Okay,
That's the
audio
one.
from it is playing
Fifth
right now.
One.
So
that one's lighting
I'm going to
up.
be quiet for a minute.
Up a little bit. And it goes towards that star and disappears.
You don't think extra fucking shit exists?
Look at, there's another one. There's another one. See it behind the plane? Or behind the planet thing? There's another one. Oh shit, I got it off my camera. There's another one. See, there's another one.
It brightens up.
Brightens up, it goes towards that other star and disappears.
What in the world?
Bro. Let's see if any more come. And they go towards it. They go towards it. But they disappear at that star. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. Boom.
What in the world? It's not even, it's not moving.
There goes another one.
Yeah, it's like it's a star. It's the best way
star.
to explain it. It's been behind my house for
This has
several
been
months.
going on for like
But
probably
things
about
come
5
off of
minutes
it.
now. And I'm just catching footage of the last couple one. There comes another one. I'm trying to get it on this camera. This is my iPhone. It comes out.
And it's the same
Boom.
place.
And then it goes towards that star to the right. And it disappears. It just keeps happening over and over and over.
There's been several of them already. Yep, there goes another one. See it? Right outside of it. Watch, it'll brighten up.
Wow, and it's like super bright.
Yeah, it was even brighter in
Goes
person.
towards that
but
star. Off to
I
the right.
got what I could with my phone.
And disappears. It's just an iPhone 7. Let's see if we get another one. It just keeps happening, like, repetitively.
So let me ask you this, for somebody who would be a critic, and again, this is just to ask because we're not there in person, was there a heavy cloud cover that was going over this? Even if there was, it wouldn't explain how is it so bright? I mean, it's like a super bright light.
It was pretty much for the most part clear skies. I was sitting just having a couple of beers in my backyard with my brother, and I saw it in the corner of my eye. That's how bright it was in person. I caught it in the corner of my eye, and I'm like, what is that? And I look up, and I kept seeing it was going like more repetitively and faster before I started recording. And then finally I snapped out of it, and I'm like, oh, I got to record this. So I just wanted to share that and get everybody else's opinion, what they think that might be, because I have no idea. But I've seen that already at least twice out here.
Well, so a lot of videos out there, they show these kind of things popping up out of nowhere. There'll be 1 dot, then 2 dot, then 3 dot, then 5 dots, and they're all in formation. It's almost like they're coming into the dimension or something, or just popping in, or they're popping in and out of existence, or they're, kind of camouflage goes away or fades, or I don't know. But what's weird is it is super bright, and knowing. What kind of iPhone do you have? Do you have the 11 or any of the newer ones?
I have the iPhone 11 now, but I was recording that with iPhone 7.
Huh. That is pretty cool. Well, again, all of the newer phones, even back to iPhone SE, after iPhone 6, they have kind of a special. They did their sensor a lot better, so you could see nighttime stuff. I mean, it's pretty good. Honestly, right. Great video. Thank you so much for calling in with this. Is there one more thing you want to say before you go?
Of course. No, I appreciate you, Marf. I just wanted to give you guys a call and share that video with you. Just can kind of get some advice and hear what everybody else has to say about it. But thanks for everything you and Dex too. Appreciate you.
No, absolutely. Great call and great video. Thank you so much, and you have a great night. That's over Las Vegas, United States. So if you want to see that video again, it's going to be available on marfooglenews.com. You can click on it and investigate it for yourself. The thing is, now that I'm looking at it more and more, I even pushed the contrast button on I flipped it. I inverted the colors. That's weird. There's not. I would think that there was something there, but there's not. This is something I've seen too, but I've only seen it where it's one. That's why I haven't still confirmed it to myself. I've only seen one where it fades and goes, and there's no clouds, there's no nothing. So I'm like, how does it keep going out? Or, oh my gosh, and this I assume is satellites, but have you looked up and then all of a sudden a bright flash? It's just one single flash, and then you look and then it will be moving and it will be halfway across the sky. One flash. Is that satellites? Do they have one single thing? Or is that the sun as it's spinning, reflecting off of it and shining down? Obviously, there's an explanation. There's a normal logical explanation for most stuff. But some of it, honestly, you see these people that are saying, look to the skies, they're serious. I know from our military friends, they're saying there's something coming to us in our direction. And now it's a matter of time of finding out when. Really, it does make me freaked out a little bit. Okay, let's go to the next. Actually, we're going to be taking the next caller as well, and we'll be pulling in them as well. Dex, if you want to let the next caller in as well, Let me pull up. Again, that's 224-400 Marf. Giant Tyrant, who I believe also has an amazing camera. Intelligent lights dancing around the sun. Giant Tyrant, what's going on?
Hey, Marf, how you doing?
Doing great. So I'm going to pull up a video.
Can you hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you great. I'm going to pull up a video, and then I'm going to tell you which one I pulled up first, because it looks like we have two. Okay, so the first one is, it looks like the moon or the sun.
Okay. That's the sun. The intelligent lights dancing around the sun. They're in the description. I put timestamps on some of the more significant parts on there, and you might slow it down too, and it would show it a little bit better. But I caught some. I don't know how to describe it. It's like lights that are shooting out of clouds. Like, it literally looks like they're coming. I don't know if they're coming out of the cloud, like, or just jumping from the cloud to the sun. I don't know. It's really weird, but it shows it pretty well. But you got to get to the right the spot, and it happens pretty quick. But it's just a little tiny little speck of light flying into the sun.
What was that though? Did you see that? There was something black that just looked like it came out of it.
Oh, that was that could have been one of those objects also, or possibly a bird closer into the foreground.
Okay.
Because of the distance in the zoom.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's another one.
Because you're zoomed in so much, you would think actually a bird would be way bigger than that.
Well, some of these you can actually see all the way around it, where there's nothing, where it just came out of nowhere. It wasn't like, you can see the line of trajectory where it's coming towards the sun, and it literally just appears out of nowhere or out of a cloud and goes right into the sun. Can you go into the description and pull up the timestamp on there?
Sure.
Or I can do it. I'll just tell you what it is.
Okay, so 205 is the first one.
That way you can stay on the video.
No, that's great. So let's see here. Here's 205. And then 225 is another one.
It's really hard to catch. You're going to probably have to slow down the play speed on it.
Okay.
But I mean, it's when you see them, you're going to be like, whoa, it's obvious once we get to the right spot where everybody can see it. That cloud right there, there's like a little speck of a cloud that I keep zooming in on. That cloud shoots a light at the sun. That one right there that's on the screen right now.
Wait a second. Wait. Whoa.
Yeah.
What right, in the world? Okay, hold on. Okay.
There's one right there.
Do you guys see this?
I'm watching it on TV.
Look at this.
It's like 10 or 20 seconds behind. Now it's starting to freeze up.
Hold on. No, it's just I have it on very slow. Look, right here. Do you guys see that?
There's a bunch of them. Through that whole video, I've been spending several days watching it in very slow, because it's like an 8-minute video, but when I slow it down, it turns it into like 8 hours. So I'm watching the video, but there's so many different things that I caught in that video. I'm trying to put a small little video clip of it all together, but it's just taken me a while.
Oh, there it is again. There's one right there. What in the world is that?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. Let me pull it up so I can tell you there's one right there.
No, it's at 226 or about, and you're Look at that. What in the heck was that?
And go to hang on a second.
You have to watch carefully. So maximize your screen on your phone if you're watching on a phone. Right at the very bottom. Let me do this. And then get rid of this. Look at the very kind of bottom of the sun. Oh, man. Hold on.
There's a few of them. Go to 5 minutes and 25 seconds. There's a bunch of them there. In that one.
Right there.
Or 3 minutes and 24 seconds. Two of them fall like right from the top of the sun,
here.
from that cloud above the sun, and fall right into it.
That is so. What was that last timestamp you just said?
The last one. Go to 3 minutes and 24 seconds.
Okay, I did 320 just to be safe here. So I do see birds. I see what you mean. I see what you mean about that, because there's birds flying at sunset. So those are the black objects up here. But then there's these white light objects. Incredible.
There's going to be two of them at 3 minutes and 24 seconds. There's going to be two of them that fall right from the center of the sun, right above the sun, and fall right into the middle from the center, from above. Like that cloud line that's above that bird right there.
So look right here. Wow, what the hell is that? Are you guys seeing this?
I've seen a few other people catching this same thing too. And a few of these, if you watch closely, they go into one side of the sun and come out of the other side and make a flash. Like there's one that says, one comes out of the sun with a fire tail.
Well, it's because we don't look at the sun. Nobody can look at it. We can't look.
Go to 4 minutes and 7 seconds. This one comes out of the sun and leaves a tail. It pulls like a flame out of the sun and leaves like a stream tail behind it. At 4 minutes and 7 seconds.
What side of the sun? Oh wow!
I think that was out of the top left, around the top left area. There's like it leaves a little trail out of the sun.
Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can get.
Look at that.
I want to see if I can get bigger than this. Hold on. What
There's
in
a bunch of them
what?
like that. You just
What?
gotta.
I'm going to go back 10 seconds. You guys, look at this. It might take me some finagling. What in the world was that?
I can't stop with the sunset thing. Like ever since I caught this video, every single day the sun sets, like I'd race out of work to go home and grab my camera and go take a video of this. This is crazy.
Wow.
Look at that. Bam.
What in the world? There is nobody. What? Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me right now? Okay. Hold on. 405. Watch this. That is incredible. I got to do that again.
No lens filter or anything. I'm not even using a filter. I should be using a filter on here. But this is Nikon P1000 with no lens filter or anything. Just zoomed in, and the light, the ISO is turned down all the way. That's the only thing I did.
2. It's on half speed. Look at this. Right up here. 1. It's about to happen up the top left corner. Watch this. Absolutely incredible. Was that a flare? Is that a solar flare that just happened and we just don't see him because we don't look at the sun? Something flies out of the sun.
Else. Go to 6 minutes and 17 seconds. This one goes out. It comes out of the sun and goes to the right and then shoots straight up in like a weird. Nothing should move like this. It defies the laws of physics. It shoots out of the sun and goes straight up.
Okay, this time.
6 minutes and 17 seconds. These are just the major ones that I was able to catch easily. There's a bunch of little ones that are hard to capture, but you have to really watch it. Like, it's hard to catch. As I'm watching it right now, I see other ones around it that I've missed.
Down here.
Like, there's one right there where your mouse is just at.
Yeah. That's. Oh, I thought that's the one. Where did you want us to look at?
I think that might have been the one. And that one comes out and it
look at
shoots
this
straight up. It goes like 90 degrees up.
What? Oh, that is amazing. What in the world? Okay, so that is not a plane, and that's not. You guys got to see that. So at 6:17 in 1 second, there's something down here. It goes like this, and then it goes straight up. Watch. Right here. It's right here. And then it goes whoop, and then straight up. That is absolutely incredible, man. Giant tyrant. That is incredible. I'm telling you, I'm still tripping about this one at 407.
There's so many. I would say there's at least 100 different things on here that I can't. You have to really focus on it and watch it slow and pay attention. But there's too much going on in this video.
Right here. Look at that. I got it. I'm going to play this one more time, the 407. I'm going to set it about 402. And then I got to show you this. Zoomed in. Absolutely incredible catch. You're going to see this.
This is the raw footage. This is like the raw capture of this. And I'm trying to edit it to where I can just take clips of when it happens. And I can put it into one video to where people don't have to like sit and look through it.
Look at that.
It's just taking me a while to do that.
I don't know what that is, and I don't know. There's going to be a skeptic out there saying, "Oh, it's this or that." I mean, it could be a solar flare. You could be because you can't look at the sun. We don't see that kind of stuff. We see these huge tornadoes.
I've got a couple of videos on here. I've got a couple other videos on here that show sunspots on the sun. You can see like a black spot, and they're saying that the CMEs are coming out of those sunspots, but there's no. This is randomly throughout, and they're flying around it and under it and into it. And there's a few of them. I can't remember the timestamps, but there's a few of them that go into it and come out on the other side. They go into the sun from one direction and come out, and I don't know.
Well, Giant Tyrant, that was absolutely amazing. So it looks like you do have one more video. We're kind of out of time here, so I'm going to pull this video up, and if you could explain what this is.
I don't really need to talk about it. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's just a really good shot of the moon on a video, and there's pretty weird craters with an object in the middle with a shadow. It has like a shadow casting on it.
Okay, and it's 42 seconds, so I'm just going to play the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't really need to talk through that. You can just play that and go into the next call or show whatever else.
All right, well, thank you, Giant Tyrant. We're going to show your channel and have a link to this video so you can look at it yourself on the website, marfooglenews.com. Thank you again, Giant Tyrant. I hope a lot of Foogle family go over and check that video out. I'm sure that video in particular is definitely going to get some views. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I appreciate everything you do.
All right, well, thank you, Giant Tyrant. This is the weird video. Look at this. So it says unnatural craters on the moon with shadowing object in the center. So there's this object here. But then look at the weird barbell design on the one next to it, too. Just the whole thing is crazy. He gets these videos himself with the P1000, I think. And it's this massively big DSLR specifically made for zoom photography and zoom videography. So you can get close. A lot of people use it for bird watching because they can zoom in extreme, like to their eyeball from a football field away. But of course, for great stuff for moon and for sun. One thing I thought of though too is, man, if you point a DSLR at the sun, you can permanently fry your sensor. But obviously, he's a little bit offset, so I don't know. That's crazy. I cannot believe that thing coming out of there like that. Just nuts. Dex, I'll just have to say this once. We need to clip that. That is unbelievable. Okay, let's see here. That was Giant Tyrant with a J. Giant, Tyrant. He is now over 1,000 subscribers. The Foogle fam, of course, we helped him get part of the way, and now he's growing on his own, doing his own thing, and he's his own entity. So make sure to go over and show some support. And then let's see here. We have Anna up next. But first, I want to pull up some stuff. So I want to talk about the main subject here. After I say thank you, a massive 40 thank yous to Gone Girl 777. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah. And thank you, Gone Girl 777. 7. The toothpaste is out of the tube. Thrive on, Foogle fam. Hope this helps with building new platform. Thank you, Earth Observer, and it's nice to see you on there as well. Thank you for being over on DLive. Nelly14, thank you as well. Thank you, it looks like. Carol Palmer, thank you. It's been a minute since I've seen you. Missed you. Have a coffee in me. That's awesome. Of course, it's possibly late there. Carol, where are you anyways? Are you East Coast or are you West Coast? Denise Norton, thank you for subscribing. It is so nice to have some fresh people around here. In fact, I don't know what we were doing without you, Denise Norton. Come on, man. love you, Adam and Dex. That was, of course, come on, man. And then Victor Munoz, thank you for subscribing. Seriously, what were we doing before Victor Munoz? And, of course, Jan Cummings. Thank you so much. All right, let's get into it. I wanted to talk about the main point of this, and we try to kind of push this off so a little bit further from the beginning where most of the boring snitches leave. Okay, so do you guys know or have ever heard of the lunar cataclysm? Let's see here. So it's AKA the late heavy bombardment. It says an interval when a disproportionately large number of asteroids are theorized to have collided with the inner planets. Again, this was not just the Earth and the Moon. This was many planets. This was Mercury. This was possibly even Pluto. This was Mars. It says the late heavy bombardment, abbreviated LHB, and also known as the lunar cataclysm, is an event thought to have occurred approximately 4.1 to 3.8 billion years ago. And it says at a time corresponding with the Neo-Hadean or Eoarchean eras on Earth. During this interval, a disproportionately large number of asteroids are theorized to have collided with the early terrestrial planets in the inner solar system, including Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. It says the late heavy bombardment happened after the Earth and other rocky planets had formed and accreted most of their mass, but still quite early in Earth's history. It says evidence of the LHB derives from lunar samples brought back from the Apollo astronauts. It says isotopic dating of moon rocks implies that most impact melts occurred in a rather narrow interval of time. Several hypotheses attempt to explain the apparent spike in the flux of impactors, i.e. asteroids and comets, in the inner solar system, but no consensus yet exists. A nice model popular among planetary scientists postulates that the giant planets underwent orbital migration and in doing so scattered objects in the asteroids and in the Kuiper belts into eccentric orbits and into the path of terrestrial planets. Other researchers argued that lunar sample data do not require a cataclysmic cratering event near 3.9 GA, and that the apparent clustering of impact melt ages near this time is an artifact of sampling materials retrieved from a single large impact basin. says they also note that the rate of impact cratering could differ significantly between the outer and inner zones of the solar system. So as far as the evidence to the cataclysm, you guys can go and read this for yourself. This is the whole description, but this isn't the main point. This was mentioned to me. The lunar cataclysm was mentioned to me by someone who I do trust. This is somebody who has military information. This is somebody who was basically described to them as, we are looking at another lunar cataclysm. And in the way that there is a huge amount of something coming our way. Now, you don't have to believe me. I don't have to believe them. I do believe them. And I also believe that they would never, ever tell us. I do believe that it is super blatant. What they are doing right now is planning for these very things. But what is the timeline? They are obviously very publicly putting money into asteroid defense. They're very publicly going and doing things. Now, one explanation that is separate and totally new is the fact that they are going to this far side of the moon, and why the far side of the moon is important. Well, there is a mass of this special metal that can protect against almost anything. And from what I heard is that they can use this as part of a building structure. They developed special lasers. This is something that, like, really, really crazy stuff. Boeing and others have worked on this laser to be able to cut this stuff, and they had to actually test it in space because it was so unstable. None of this has been brought up. So, again, can't back that up. None of this has been put out. So check this out. Moon mystery is deep metal structure bigger than Denmark found buried under lunar surface. It says an enormous metal structure buried deep beneath the surface of the moon has been discovered by scientists. The mystery blob is larger than Denmark and stretches 180 miles below the Earth's icy South Pole. It says likely made of nickel and iron, and it says extends to the depths of more than 180 miles. It spans 20,000 square miles, making it larger than Denmark, left by an asteroid impact 4 billion years ago. So again, this would be during the supposed lunar cataclysm. Something is special about some of this asteroid metal in the fact that it is impenetrable but meldable and moldable. How is that even possible? It may be why all of these people want to get their hands on it. It may be why China went to that far side of the moon, and it may be why. But what I find interesting is that this person was told that they are going to make bunkers out of this material. That if worst case scenario happens, they can be in this thing, this capsule, which will act as like a floaty if the Earth just totally breaks up. Sounds totally nuts. I know. But I'm starting to believe it. So, I'll just leave you with that. On the far side of the moon, first off, why did China go there in the first place? Why are they making an artificial moon? Why are they making an artificial sun? Why did the Sunspot Observatory just all of a sudden go down, and at the same time all these other observatories went down too? Oh, because they had stuff on their computer. Stuff on their computer that they needed Blackhawks and Apaches to be flying around and make sure that anyone that talked to that gentleman was then grabbed and taken and questioned. They cleared out the entire area. Did they discover something at the Sunspot Observatory? Did they find something in space that they weren't supposed to? And what is a believable story that you could shut it down and quiet the internet and totally get all the conspiracy theorists, the same people that are totally thinking, oh, there's all this other stuff going on, there's trafficking, there's all this, is say it's that. And then people are like, yeah, it was this secret ring of elites doing this. Totally throws them off from the blatant fact. It's an observatory. I don't know, man. I don't buy the whole they had stuff on their computer. I do believe that there's plenty of that around. But I almost think that was a targeted thing, like, oh, don't know about that. There's a lot of weird things about how they reported it, how they reported who did it, how they reported what content was on there. It just, a lot of it doesn't make sense. What do you guys think? Again, you can check out both of these. Take it or leave it. All right, now I'm going to go over to the phones again. We've got Anna, says, seen red lights in the sky and black object hovering. Dex, let's get Anna on, or Anna. Don't know which she likes to go by.
Hello?
Hi, Anna. Or is it Anna? Which one?
Hi, Anna.
Anna, nice to meet you. So what was your experience and what did you run into?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, I went to my backyard and I was just outside and I looked up and there was these two glowing balls. That's just the only way I could describe it. They were red and they were falling very slow. And it was one up and then the other one was a little bit lower. Well, was one high and one low, but they were not blinking or anything. I've never seen anything like it. You know, I've seen I love looking outside for, you know, whenever there's meteors, showers and stuff, but I had never in my life seen anything like that. And they were big. I guess the size of a grapefruit, I guess, if best I could describe, you know, so.
Weird, crazy.
And the brightness of it was just very bright and it was not blinking, nothing. And they were falling so slow and I kept looking at it for about 2 minutes and I didn't have my phone with me and I said, well, let me run and try to grab my phone, see if I could take a picture. By the time I came back outside, they were already gone. But I had never seen anything like that. So that's why when I hear the gentleman talking about the red lights, you know, I said, well, let me call in and say, well, over here in Texas, we've seen them too, you know. So
now let me ask you a question. You said grapefruit, and I kind of understand what you're saying. You're looking in the sky. There's a star, which in that same scale, a regular star, say, looks like a little pin, right? You're saying it was as big as a grapefruit. So if you reached out your hand and held a grapefruit, it was that big. Is that like big?
Yes.
So
I'm sorry?
You're saying big. So like if you reach out your hand full extension and kind of visualize it around this object, you're saying it was the size of a grapefruit.
It was, yes. Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, and then this did you say, and I'm sorry, you said Texas?
2 or 3 weeks ago. Yes.
Wow. Okay. So, and has anybody in Texas seen something like this? I know that we have a ton of people out there. Well, more so just asking for more confirmation. You know, somebody else may have got it on video. That's the thing, Anna, is that you might not have got it, but somebody else might have. So I'd love for you guys to reach out to everybody you know and ask them. Well, Anna, that's an amazing sighting, and obviously, you know, you're the only one that can remember it as it happened. And I believe you. And I think that there's so much more in our skies than we know. And I've seen stuff that I cannot explain. And people just say that you're crazy. People think you're nuts. But people have cognitive dissonance that things are changing right now.
Yes. And also I was letting him know that Tuesday, I believe it was Tuesday, we were outside in the afternoon, maybe like around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we saw this. I don't know what it was, but I know it was not a plane. It did not look like a plane. It was just something hovering over, like, on the sky. Just I live close to the ship channel, and it was just hovering, but it was very high. It was very high, but it was, I don't know, it was just, I know it was not a bird because, it did not look like a bird. And I don't think planes just stay still that long and move, So I don't know.
Well, Anna,
just a lot of weird stuff, like I said.
I believe you again, and it was so nice to have you call tonight, and I hope it's your first time
Yes,
call.
thank you.
I hope it's not your last, okay?
Yes, thank you. Hopefully next time I'll have my phone.
All right, no problem. Well, thank you, and have a great night. God
Thank
bless.
you.
That was Anna from Texas. If you saw an object like that and you did get it on tape, make sure go to marfuglenews.com/playmyvideo, and it could end up here on the screen. That was it for the calls. And Dex, it sounds like we've had at least, just an awesome show. At the very least, possibly the best show in the last week. So I appreciate that. And
yeah, great show.
I'm just trying to think here. What do you think about trying to go into the far side? I know that you just found out what I found out. So in fact, again, what do you think though? Why is there any other reason you've heard about? Why are they going to the far side of the moon? And did you know that there was crevices all under the moon? Did you know that things rust, which requires kind of hematite, but yet there's not supposed to be oxygen there? But again, then it's supposed to have oxygen. And then, did you know that the moon is actually protected under our almost 100% of the solar rays that hit the moon are protected under ours? Did you know that our Earth protects the moon as well? So there's a lot of weird things that contradict themselves that they say, and I'm just like, what the hell is really going on here? It's really weird stuff.
Well, and we have oxygen there now, right? Because of the atmosphere. Not at the same level we have now, but
it's in the geocorona.
It's a much thinner level, but it's there.
But that's the weird part. But they say that it's hematite and it's not rust. It just seems like we've been lied to since we were born. And now we're finding out all this stuff, and because of the internet, so many more people can throw out facts. And then now they had to create fact checkers, which fact checkers basically are just like fighting 24/7 to keep part of it, I think, is truth. Keeping it down and not letting stuff out. And then once something passes a certain level, they just go, okay, well, we can't stop it, so let's spin it. Seems weird to me, but... Anyway, Sports Talk with Beck. Awesome. I'm glad Beck. I think that's the Beck I know. I hope you are still doing YouTube, and I hope you're back to making videos, and I hope you're staying active and healthy. Thank you for your support. You don't have to do that. Dex, thank you for an awesome show. Everything is going to be online, as always, after the show. Do you have most of those on there?
Oh, yeah. Everything's up on the website now.
Awesome. Just to show you, on the website, you can find everything there. Again, including EMP shield. If you guys have not protected yourself against this is something that I think that everyone should. Again, this is something that actually protects you against solar flares as well. If there is something that pops out of there, up to 228,000 amps, it will protect you. It will also protect you against any NK or China EMP or whoever it may be that points one at us. This will actually ground the signal before it fries all your devices. Make sure to go over and check it out. You will get $50 off per device. That includes if you get one for your house, your car, any of your devices, your solar system. And that is, again, at marfugglenews.com/EMP. Thank you for your support, but better yet, thank you for going through an amazing American company that is now supplying jobs. Go ahead.
And they're still on sale. They're still on sale. I think it's going to be going at least through Cyber Monday, I believe. So
this is
you
the
get
coolest part.
You double up.
We were grandfathered in. We were one of their first affiliates. Now they have hundreds. Now they're contracted with the government. They've worked with DHS, DOD. We were grandfathered in with some cool stuff. So our $50 off per device stacks on every offer they've ever done. So like their Father's Day sale, their Black Friday sale, their Veterans Day sale. Our offer stacks with that. So make sure to do the Black Friday where they're already doing great prices, and you can use our code and get that extra discount. So basically one of the best times to get it. Better than Veterans. It was better than all the other previous sales of the year. Same with last year. Last year people got it for dirt cheap. Awesome thing. Don't miss it. All right. Thank you, Dex. Love you. Be safe. Be prepared. And Marf out.
It's a UFO. Oh, it's a UFO. Oh, it's a UFO. Oh no. Oh, it's a UFO. Oh, it's a UFO. Oh, it's a UFO. Oh no. It's a UFO. Oh no. Oh, it's a UFO. Oh, it's a UFO. Oh no. Oh, it's a UFO. Oh, it's a UFO. Oh, it's a UFO. Oh no. Oh, it's a UFO. Oh, it's a UFO. It's a UFO, gonna bring it toe to toe with all my friends now. Gonna bring it down, now we know, now we know, now we know, now we know. Texas Route 49. I jam all the time. North Idaho, Adam. Just Paladin. Got the bag on the 77. I'm gonna bring it back round and bring it heaven. And then the truth is out there. We care. We're gonna know not stop till we get there. Oh. Thank you, giant tyrant. Everybody on silent. Flipping their phones now. We crying. Cause it's not the way we want. Stoplight, the truth is out there. Moody Mama, 122, see you there. Hey, and the zookeeper Kim's doing it like this and doing like Zim. Invader Zim, that is. Tabby Cat and the girl. I love Beagles and Holly. The beat lays going right back, and I gotta see me with the KG Static and the Ninja Genie. God bless and the families. It's a UFO. Oh, it's a UFO. Oh, it's a UFO. Oh no. Gotta get the money on a mood day, mama. Going right back, no drama. No Idaho, Adam and that bomber. Gonna bring it back like I am Obama. Doing it, ha, doing it, ha, doing it, ha. Off tune, breakaway.
with the one more mile. With the snapper B on a mission, with the coolant, everybody's superstitious. In the comic mood, and the one more mom, and the Laura Griffith, and the Mr. Uncle John. Hey, Sylvia Mendoza, oh, just a little bit closer. First light gonna be the first fight, and everybody knows when they have no lights. EMP on the EMP, yeah. On everybody, it was so real. Gotta do it like I feel. A whitetail 7, a Saved by Grace in the 03, with the Jam 3 and the old me, and the old me going into the new me, and then when the only old me came out. Grand Miravan, everybody knows Jan, and the Gritter Cat gotta go with the Lockman. Hey, Texas Ride with the 49. Everybody wanna say it right all the time. Ray Jr. with the dark rain. Everybody wanna come back and say Kane. Hey, Kane and Gable, gonna do it like what? Texas Rob so able.
Oh no, it's a UFO. It's a UFO. It's a UFO. Oh no, it's a UFO. It's a UFO. It's a UFO. Oh no, it's a UFO. It's a UFO. It's a UFO. Oh no.
Get the spotlight, gonna bring it cool operator with the dusty on the next time. Gonna bring it back, what we going on downtown. Good gotta cut it now, gonna bring down. On it in a dish style, on this style. Gonna bring it right back, gotta get a dish now. Hey, with the Lisa high. Gonna do it like a 7 foot high. Gonna bring it like a nacho brownie. Gonna go eat on a macaroni. 16 and macaroni, gonna be high too. Gonna do it, everybody knows what we want to. Hey, Sylvia Mendoza. Gonna get go from the station. Hey, the Charlie, Abercrombie, doing everything Abercrombie does in the Palm Beach. Gonna go back with the Palm Beach and the Palm Beach. And I'm on about to go to the Palm Beach.
It's a UFO. It's a UFO. It's a UFO. Oh no, it's a UFO. It's a UFO. It's a UFO. Oh no.
It's a good cat and everybody know now. She's feeling my turn and gonna like a rolling. Oh, everybody knows me. Go down with that bag. Going back round and I got a ready bag. Get it crazy, gonna do it hey. I'm about to bring it back like Terry.
It's a UFO. It's a UFO. It's a UFO.
Gotta bring it back down. Do it like Respiratory Jane. Knows that game. Doing everybody he knows the same. Damien, Bustamante. Do it right down now, Ristorante. But they're all closed, cause you gotta wear a mask on deck. Oh, lante.
Everybody knows. Go right back down, you gotta close. No more money for you, you a middle class servant. No more restaurants for you. Gonna close the restaurants, yeah? Gonna close your house up, yeah? Nobody else for the Thanksgiving. You can't be doing it, no winning. No men, no anything, no doing. Cause we got you under control.
It's a UFO. It's a UFO.
Oh no, with the Christine Machoni, going right back and this ain't no phony. Lover of the truth and the Raquel R and the Tad sister, you I love her. Chihuahuas, I'm so sorry. Going right back with Laura and do it like Beagle. Oh, 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 oh. Moscator and the Teji Kiji. KG casket and then everybody get their ass kicked with the Damien Bustamante. Like a on that. Over my porch, this sample B. And I love B girls LE. When you do it just like Johnson JMB 53, do it like sample B. Hey, Ed, G, Ed, G, Ed, G. Well, it's gonna go right back up in the square and girl, oh girl, and quit it staring. Comet Moon and the Blue Healer too, and everybody doing it. Clyde's overdose. Oh, 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 oh.
It's a UFO. Oh, it's a UFO. Oh, it's a UFO. Oh no. Oh, it's a UFO. Oh, it's a UFO. Oh, it's a UFO.
By the way, we are 22 away from 30,000. That's right, 22 away from 30,000 over on D-Live. Texas Rob, I appreciate you. Says Adam has more rhymes than Elizabeth Taylor had husbands. Good one. Unfortunately, nobody in this horrible generation will get that great joke. To our number one, Gone Girl 777. This song is dedicated to you.
It's a UFO. Oh, it's a UFO.
Thank you, Johnson, for being number 2 tonight. Now let's morph this into something completely different for Johnson.